Can the Lakers close things out in Game 6, or will the Grizzlies leave their mark on the building formerly known as the Staples Center? And in our other matchup, we see the Warriors, Steph and company, Game 6, looking to close out what has been a magical season for the Sacramento Kings. The Kings are trying to light the beam to keep their season alive, and BAM's here to keep you on the winning side of things and that bankroll growing. So let's dive into our matchups, see what juicy lines we find. Now, in our first matchup, we're going to be looking at the Grizzlies taking on the Lakers back in LA. We see the Lakers coming in as a -4.5 favorite, -205 on that money line. A slight favorite, given the scores and the outcomes we've seen between these two teams. I think it's more likely or better in your favor, regardless of which side you're taking, to take that money line, because with a spread that low, there is a strong possibility that we see a potential 1-2 score game pushed beyond that spread. If you're backing the Lakers, that could be a very bad beat to see free throws push a potential 2-3 point lead into what might be a 5-6-7 point lead. So at -4.5, I would definitely look to fade the Lakers on the spread. However, there is a strong chance they win this game. We saw Anthony Davis show out, and even while LeBron James was not able to offensively produce as well, he racked up a double double in Game 6. If the Lakers have any hopes of trying to end this series, they will need production out of more than just one starter, because the Grizzlies have proven that they can go out and score 110, 115 points, and that be enough to outscore this Lakers offense if we are not seeing production out of multiple starters who play the majority of their minutes in these games. At that game, with the game total at 219.5, I definitely think the under is a live play in this game. Yes, it's possible that we hit the over, but I do think it's more likely we see more of a defensive game and less offensive firepower than like what we'll see in our second matchup. Now, yes, we got the Kings and the Warriors fighting it out in Game 6. The Kings are looking to stay alive, and the books are saying it might get a little ugly. The spread's at -7.5. The Warriors coming in as a bit of a strong favorite, -290 on the money line. If you are backing the Kings, that +245 is definitely a juicy price. They've shown that they can keep these games close. I definitely think the Kings +7.5 is very enticing, given that we saw Fox possibly limited but still able to produce offensively in Game 5. 7.5 points is just too much. Now we see that game total creeping up and up. And if you've been riding with me, I've been telling you, take the over on these game totals. It's almost a blind bet. Even at 235.5, the highest we've seen so far, I think the over is still an easy way to go. We saw a 7 point victory for the Warriors in Game 5, and that still produced an over that would cover this 235.5. So I definitely believe that the over is a very live play at that number. Now, folks, you got to hit that like and subscribe button so you can be riding with all the action coming out of BAM. And yes, most importantly of all, take care out there, folks. D Weezy out. Twinkle, twinkle, baby.